Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Google Sites. So let's get started. So what is Google Sites? Well, you log into your Google account here. You can see I'm logged in right up here. I click this little, what I call a phone number pad, because that's the simplest thing I can remember it to look like. And I can scroll down here and see all my apps, and then I see Sites right here. So let's click that. Now I can begin creating a new website. Now when I create a website, it helps to have a template to go from. You have tons of examples. Right up here though, you'll see FHSU, and that's because I'm part of FHSU for my university, so we have our own internal templates. Now when I click that, it doesn't look like no one's added any, but I can certainly add one if I want to. But maybe we'll do that later. Let's see what we got for general. So general is going to be what you guys already have access to, whether it's a free account, paid account, organizational account, whatever type of Google Workspace account you have. You should all be seeing education. If you want to use their template, maybe you're an instructor and you want to create a course, this would be a great place to get started. Maybe you're a student and you want to create a club. Here's a great template. And maybe you want to showcase what you learned in school, a portfolio. So I want to stop here and just let you know that Google Sites is not meant to be an exhaustive website that gives you all this functionality that you see on, let's say, commerce websites, Facebooks, or anything like that. It's designed just to give you a taste of what you can build with the basic editor. So, in other words, if you are using or have a need for a website that's going to be more elaborate, where you want to take payment, you want to be able to communicate with your audience live on your site, that chat now feature, chances are you're probably going to want to go towards a web builder that is specifically designed catering to your profession. So for instance, I use, and I know this is taking us off a little side note, but it's important to know what's out there versus what you're getting into with Google Sites. So I use Wix, and there's other things you may have heard of like WordPress. This one's a little bit more intuitive on the computer programming side. You want to know more about programming before you try to use a WordPress, build a site with WordPress. But as you see here, 42% of the webs is built, of the websites out there is built on WordPress. So just to give you a little heads up, WordPress is generally the most popular or the most well-recognized platform for building websites. But typically these are web developers using this because they can go with tools that offer blogging for small business, basically tools that the Google Sites doesn't have flexibility to offer. So just keep that in mind. If you want to use this Google Sites, it's going to be for basic information. So whether it's a portfolio, a class, or you want to showcase an event, maybe even do a little tutorial, help center, or showcase a project you're working on, have a website for your teams, your coworkers to share files, this would be a great place to get started. But you could get by with doing a restaurant or a salon by showcasing prices, your menu, or your, what services you offer, such as a dog walker, or information about a wedding. So you could get by with some, but when it comes down to taking payment and those sorts of things, you're going to probably use WordPress, Wix, or something similar to that nature. So for this case, I wanted to build something that's going to be relevant for me in my profession, and that is I'd like to instruct people how to use things. So I'm going to go to Help Center. I want to create a Google Workspace where I could show people how to use the Google Workspace, right? So clicking here, first I'm going to give it a name. And if you're wondering how to ever get started with the user interface, you recall if you've seen my videos before, just read it like a book, top to bottom, left to right on a user interface. You can navigate through and kind of pinch out what thing does what. So in the top right here, I'm hovering over it and it's saying site document name. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to give it a name of Google Workspace Help Center. So let's say I have a business and I want to teach my my customers or my employees how to use Google Workspace. So this is the help center for them. And what can I do? How can we help you? That's just all templates. So if I go through here, I'm a home documentation page, home page, just like any other. I could add a logo. How can we help you? This can be changed. If you notice, it's just like kind of like a PowerPoint slide or a Google slide where I can start editing this. But it's restricted to a format. So that means just use the template, and it uses some well formulated user interface practices, such as font size being appropriate, contrast between light and dark. So these are things why you would probably want to stick close to the template to ensure that you're meeting the user interface standards. So for instance, let's start by changing this image. And I'm going to upload an image. Let's say we'll make it a help site banner. I created this with Microsoft product. I actually use PowerPoint. It does pretty good for making logos and stuff if you are kind of pressed on time and you just want to use some of its cool features. Okay. Alright. Now I don't want anything here because I already put that in my background as a get help with Google Workspace. I think that looks pretty good. Now right here it has a little color section. It has a theme. If I can, so everything you need to know how to use our products. Let me give this a new title. How to use Google's products, they're not mine, effectively. Okay? And I don't think it's going to be everything you need to know. I think it's going to be a great place to know, to learn, to begin using Google's products effectively. Now you can't see this, so I apologize. Now I could change the font if I want. I think the font's fine the way it is, but if I wanted to change it, I can go right over here, go bold. So yeah, I'll leave it like that. It looks nice. Normal text, I can make it a title. That's too big, so I'll go back to normal text or to a heading. And I don't think I want a heading because I don't want to put too much emphasis on this little banner here. This is just more like a catchphrase or something. So what's next? I can always go into this and just start adding different things, but I like to kind of stay within the template and see if I can work with that without having to create from scratch. So topic name could be like Google Docs and Google Slides and Google Sheets. And then here I could put little pictures of what that is. And then down here I could maybe put Gmail, calendar, and Google Meet. And I could change the order here just by moving this down here like this. So let's say I want to put this below, because chances are we're probably going to be using Google Gmail before we'll be using the other ones. Oh, where'd it go here? Oh, it went up there. So I'll pull this back up here and get it right to there. There we go. And like I said, you could change images here. You can upload those and then jump to section 1, give it a name here. So let's see, pages. These are our pages. We're on the home page. It's highlighted right here. Now let's see what else I can do here. I could insert a text box somewhere. Let's say I don't want that. I could delete it. Images. I can upload an image. Put it right there. And I could turn that into a hyperlink to some of my videos. So let me find my video here. And I have already loaded some videos on how to use the Google Workspace and Google Drive getting started. I can get a copy link here, go right back into my site, paste that, how to use Google Drive. Isn't that awesome? And if they click this, they'll get to a video on YouTube on how to use Google Drive. Say I want to add another image. Now since I'm in this pane, let's see what happens. Upload. And I could use how to use looking through. Alright, looks like I can move this around. How to use Google image search. I said if you do this, now I can go right back into my links here. And I can get a copy, a shareable link, back into here, paste that link. Now I got 2 help files. I left the date on that so it tells them when that was last created. That's nice. That also helps because features change, so if people are looking for something that's more relevant, they'll see that this is new. Maybe it has the latest changes effective for Google image search. Alright, and so here you have these, and I could start piling on different videos into this area. And jump to section. I think I'm going to delete this. I don't need that because I got the primarily using videos. Maybe I want the sections here. I'll leave that for now in case later on I think I'm ready for something. Yeah, I'll leave that here. Let me see where I'm at here. So I think this page, right now I'm going to leave it. Refresh it here real quick so I'm getting some lag here. So let me go back into it. My computer froze up there. Not sure what happened there. Alright. And then documentation. Now here I could do links to documents. So let me go into Google, how to use, how to create an account. And then I could just start linking information. So here's a link here. Put get a Google account. And then I want to make this a doc. I could put a doc there. Or I could replace that with something else, but if I did a Google Doc, let me create a Google Doc. And then I can just say boom. And then I go back to how to create that. Please visit this site for the latest information on creating a Google account. And then they just go there, and I'll call this Google account setup page link. And if you remember, well, you can't see that. I'm creating over here. I moved this to a nice new file. Create a new file and put Google Workspace help site. And then I'm going to create in this folder another folder and call that Google account setup. And move it here. Move it here. Now I'm back in my site, and right here I can tie this to it. So I insert it. So now it's inserted. And then if I wanted to change the icon there, what happens if I publish this? Let's publish it. Help Center for Google Workspace. It's quite long. Reserved words, because I use the word Google for Help Center for my employees. Alright. Now, how would I view that? Let's go through here and view published site. Alright. Go to Home. Get help with Google Workspace. It's their little logo there. Great place to begin using Google's products effectively. I can click here on how to use Google Drive. Pops up. Click here on how to use Google Image Search. Pops up. And I can get help with the Gmail, Calendar, Google Meet, Google Docs, Slides, Sheets, whatever I insert there. And I have a section 1 on a short summary of what problem I want to solve, such as step 1. Let's go right back into our site here, and let's start filling that in. Step 1 will be create Google account. Step 2, set up Gmail. Step 3, set up Calendar. Step 4, create and upload to Google Drive. I'm going to shorten this. Using Google Drive. In step 5, we'll say what we're doing right now. Create a Google site. So these are the things we've already done here. In this workspace support site, we will discuss how to do the following. Alright. Make your site easier to navigate and save place. Make this section collapsible. Learn how to add a collapsible text. Click that here. On a computer, sites, insert text box menu, drop down, heading, title, want, add text box, publish changes. Alright, add a collapsible text, new site, right click, insert, collapsible text, click publish. Alright, so let's try that. So, if I had inserted this as here, it doesn't say if it's collapsible, so let's go back there. Add collapsible text. You can add collapsible text to save space on your site. On your computer, open a site. On the right, click Insert, click Collapsible Text. Okay, so I'm back here. Looks like this is a collapsible text. Now how do I make this collapsible? Well, let's go right back through here. Oh yeah, that seems like it may have gotten some help here. So what did I do? That was blocking it. So remember, you can go through here and see all your little tools you can use. And just keeps going on from charts to forms to sheets to slides to docs to map to calendar to YouTube, placeholders. So right here, I could literally make this collapsible by making this a collapsible group. Now if you notice, this has already been created, it's in the template, or I can just do this and it's collapsible now, you see? So let's delete the collapsible group we just added, and we just turn this on. Now it's collapsible. Alright. So section 1. Section 2, I don't need it. Maybe we'll say I'll delete it. Section 3, we'll delete it. As we get more, we can add more later. Now I have some blank space here. I'll delete that too. And then put congratulations. Let's see if I misspell something. Does it tell me? You have finished our beginner courses. Yeah. And learn more. Google.com. I could make that support at Google.com for more support help. And I'll click the little icon there. Apply. And then schedule an in-person visit. I could change that to need more help. With Google Workspace. Learn more. Alright. And then I could change this icon or make it a link. Maybe we go Google Workspace support. And from here, I can take a learning center right here. Maybe I'll just copy that, snip, snip. Alright, now I'm gonna use my crafty little snipping tool. So I'm going to download that. Google Workspace logo center. Put it right back into here to our site. Or editing options. Replace image. Upload. Go to my downloads here. Insert my photo. I don't like that. So let me change this. What happens if I hit select there? Oh, it goes to my Google Drive. That's pretty neat. Now can I go to Google Images? Ooh, I can. Google Workspace. For education, that'll work. How about that? I like this thing. Let's do this one. Looks like I can use this. What are you looking for? Need more help with Workspace? Search. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Now let's do it with this. Oh, these are documents here. I can select an image. Oh yeah, let's do that. We said that is Google Meet, Google Images, Google Meet. There, let's insert that. Insert. How about this one? Select. What's that one? That was Google Calendar. Google Calendar. There we go. Insert. And double click, select image. That's Gmail, right? Go to Google Images, Gmail. Double click. There we go. Google Docs, Slides, Sheets. select image, slides, Google Slides. Double check it. There we go. Google Docs. Upload. No, I don't want to upload. What did I say? I go to select, Google Images, Docs. There it is. Double click it. And Sheets. Google Sheets. Oh, that's good. I can play around, make different logos and so forth too, and make this one match, because it doesn't really match. Google Sheets. Icon. There we go. Now documentation. Get a Google account. We said we could change these images, but this is a document here. Let's see how we could change that. Open a new tab. No. So I could change these to little document files. We said if you open this, it'll open up in a Google Doc that we created, which was this document right here. Please visit this site to get the latest information on how to use Google to get a Google account. So we got one page here, section 1. It's a collapsible. In this workspace support site, we'll create a Google account, set up a Gmail, calendar, Google Drive, Google Site, and you can learn more by clicking here. And then this part, how do you add collapsible text? That shouldn't be in there. Let's make sure that's not in there by publishing our site. You see it here. That shouldn't be there. Oh, it should be there. How to make your site either navigate, save space. All right, so let's go back to our site and start cleaning out that data. Let's go back here. And we said if you click down here, we could take this out. We don't need it. That's what they left us here with. All right. And live chat. Well, what's live chat do? Takes us to a link. What that link could mean is a Google chat here. So I can go chat.google.com and create a new space. What are we going to call this space? Google Support Education Course Help. Welcome students. Please place your questions in the chat and any of us can answer them for you. Space is restricted by anyone or allow people outside your organization to join. Advanced, organize the conversation by topic. Yeah, because you're going to have different topics. Why not? Create. So, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We got it here. Well, let's try to get a link for it. Manage members. We can add people. But now, how do we share it with others? Add people apps, share a file. Well, I could just grab this chat here and see what happens. So if I go back into the site here, and we go into that live chat, obviously it's pulling us to Google, and we're in the publish site, so we want to go back in this site, paste it, put live chat on Google Chat, live help on Google Chat, get live help on Google Chat, and update. And if they need to get in touch with me, put our email here, b_FENN. Can't see any of this, I'm sorry. At mail.fhsu.edu. My phone number, we'll take that off. We don't want them calling us. They can email us. And we got this page done. We went to the document page, get a Google account, set up Google Calendar, create a Google Doc, create a calendar event, help form. We'll put that little form that we had there. If you still have questions, please try to contact me. Help by Google Help Chat. There we go. There we go. All right. So I think we got this dialed in. Section 1. We're ready to publish. And it looks good. And we don't have to have these section 2 and 3. So let's go back and make sure that's not in there. Section 1 is done. Remember, we deleted all the other stuff. And then we got our site. If we want to add collaborators, let's see if I want to add my personal. I could add me right there. Make them the editor. Add an expiration date. You can have them expire on tomorrow. They have 1 day to work on this. Feel free to make edits before we publish tomorrow night, tomorrow at midnight. And they'll have access up until then. So maybe it needs to go through a legal team or something like that. You could give them access. Brand images, you could upload your brands right here. So workspace, logo center. That's our logo. Alternate text. Logo of Google Workspace Help Center. You set a color theme, we'll do this color theme there. Favicon, upload your favorite favicon to your site. That will be like that little logo that goes up in the front. Keep it consistent, use the same logo there. Viewer tools, show last time it was updated, show contact form. Analytics, we can use the track, enable analytics. But we need to connect a Google Analytics account. Account banner, you could show a banner color. Announcement banners displayed on your site, such as you have new features, something coming out, such as welcome new users. Button label into a link. No, we just wanted to say that. All pages, home page only. Alright. Navigation, mode, top or side. Do top, but you could have the navigation on the side if you'd rather have it like that. Make color transparent or white or black. Let's see how it looks now. Look at that. Draft. Alright. Let's publish it. Publishing. Now it's got the black thing going on. It's got that little welcome new users. I think it's starting to look pretty good. We could always change the colors black here to reflect that. Alright, section colors, style. Let's delete this. Keep this, get up on the following topics. Let's change this theme here. Now let's see what happens. This should be interesting. Google Slides, hard to see that. So this one I'm going to leave white. A little gray there. Delete this space. And I'll delete this extra space right here. Oh, let me delete that little booger right down there. I think we got a good help on this. Let me increase this up a little bit. Make it 18. Alright. And keep it consistent here. You see I'm just kind of keeping a consistent color scheme here. Change this, bring up the size to 18, and then make this a little bit bigger so they can see it. Maybe 12 is more appropriate. And bring this here. Should be good. Publish. Publish. It's looking good. Alright. So I think we got everything looking real nice here for them. And if you want to share the site, copy publish site link. And this is it right here. So we'll copy this. If you want to make a copy of the site or see the version history, what it looked like before each time we published. So you can always go back. We can name a version if we wanted to name them. So that way you know this was done on January such and such or February such and such, but I just leave it like is. And let's look at it preview. This is the sidebar. Remember we said we did sidebar now? So now it looks pretty straightforward. Almost looks like a blackboard or something. Looks good. And little search bar is right here. So it's unavailable in preview mode. And if we want to see it in live mode, we got a little search bar there. Search this site, Google Drive. Go just to the home page right to here. That's pretty neat. Documentation. Takes us to that document right here where they can get help on setting up their Google. We can set up some more right here. If they still need help, they click the help form, which will take them to the Google Support Education course help. And same thing here, just a different way of saying it. And then they can always email us too. They got our email there. Information, page had been updated 3 minutes ago. That's nice. So I think we got a good handle on all this. You've learned how to use the Google Workspace. Now the one thing I always want to share is ISTE is a website. Seeing how I'm a web developer and an instructional technologist, there are certain standards that I follow or adhere to. And I specifically like to focus as a coach because I'm not necessarily an educator in the public or in the traditional K-12 or higher education setting. I coach small businesses to use tech to help them enhance their productivity increase for their workplace. So ideally, a change agent is someone that I represent under these standards. I want them to change what they're currently using, whether it be Microsoft Office or another product. I want to show them how they can use a cloud-based product such as Google Workspace and save money. So being an agent in the change means I need to be introducing not only the tools, but how to use those tools, and connecting my learners with one another in order to do so. And connecting them is essentially collaborating. when we could collaborate with this Google Chat right here, we have ourselves on a platform where they can enhance their experience collectively and design through that collaboration. So what does that mean? It means they become more professional in facilitating their learning experience, both for us and for our employees or for our clients. And they're making these decisions not purely blindsided. They actually have some data driven. So we said before, most websites that are out there are using WordPress. 42% is using WordPress. So we could say, well, that's going to be if we need something real big, but if we need something small that Google could do, maybe I don't need to stick with what the most popular is. I could stick to what is most practical and then advocate why I would use that. And that involves being a digital or a responsible citizen who basically says, I use this technology to build our platform that can address the challenges that our company has, and specifically that was the Google, or is the Google Workspace. And so what you've learned here is that the Google Workspace can use so much functionality, can be used to save money as well as make productivity more long-lasting. So I appreciate you for watching. If you have any questions on creating this site, you could just go right onto the site we created here. It will be in the chat. Whoop, that's Wix. I mentioned earlier we could use. And this is our Google Sites. And we went there by going here, clicking Sites. And then we see our page here. And yeah, feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you for watching.